Today on Cryptic Mass Guitar, I smartened up and I bought a Rode PSA1 Plus for use with a Shure SM7B. We're going to do a quick comparison with a like $30 mic boom stand thing, and then this one here. So just so you're aware, I'm in Canada, so this thing here is $180. The stand that I had before, which you can kind of see holding the SM7B there, was like $30. It was just like one of those Amazon ones, and it's got this weird thing where you can kind of hear the springs and it kind of wiggles and stuff like that. So that's why I bought this. We'll start off with the box. And we'll slide open the box. And then here's the inner box. And here's opening the box. All right, first and foremost, you've got some instructions here. Some instructions. I said that. And then we've got the arm itself. And we've got your different ways of connecting it. This little one here that looks like a cup holder, or like it would go in a cup holder. That's for those little, like pass-throughs in some of those computer desks where you can pass through cables and stuff. That fits inside that, and it has a little hole in there so you can actually pass through your cable. I have a studio desk. It doesn't have that. I will be using this, which is great. Apparently the PSA1 versus the Plus doesn't have the little foam pad insert there. So, yeah. So here we go. Here is the arm. My assumption here is that you attach it to this thing. I've seen reviews where they said that the PSA1, if there's nothing attached to it, it'll just like fly up on you. That has not happened here, and it apparently doesn't happen with the PSA1 Plus. And Rode marketing geniuses here, they realize that a lot of people who stream use this. So if they put their name wherever they can, it's free advertising. I don't know that I care enough to like put gaffer's tape or try to remove the logo. All right, so you apparently just put that on. Does it connect? Yeah, so it's apparently just gonna be a little loose. Doesn't screw on or anything. Whatever. But that's about it. Let's go ahead and we'll move the camera and we'll hook up the Shure SM7B with the cheaper mount, do some swiveling and maneuvering, and we'll kind of see what we got. All right, so here we are with the Shure SM7B and the $30 really weird springy desk boom arm mount mic mount. So one of the things here, it can definitely, it's $30. It's pretty impressive that it holds this SM7B. But here, there's no way to really, you can't really tighten this. So it'll just swivel however it wants. And if you move it, sometimes it'll just start creeping and stuff like that. But it moves pretty well. You do have to do some adjustments to make sure things are tight and stuff like that. But if you're moving it, it's decent. But if I'm stupid and cheap and decide to use a Sennheiser E609 or any other different dynamic microphone that has the capsule kind of right up against things, things get noisy. So you can kind of hear if I touch this, if I move. That's not my hand on the microphone making that noise. You hear everything. The worst is if I tap on the table. You hear a ringing because of the spring that's here. You could always be cheap and use some tape, and maybe that'll fix things. But yeah, that's one of the concerns. All right, so now I have the PSA1 Plus set up. I do have to say, if you can kind of see it here, this base is a hell of a lot sturdier than the $30 one, and it's a lot more solid as well. With the
arm in place, like completely inserted. Doesn't lock in or anything like that, but it's sturdy. It's not like moving on its own or anything. We also now have cable management, so things will look a little more uniform. Just because I'm not sure where I'm going to have this set up. I'm not going to I don't really need to connect this top part here. I can leave that a little loose, just because if I move it too much, it could actually pull on the mic cable. Not that big of a deal, but that's just what I'm doing for right now. You should be able to see what I'm saying about the branding here. It's a genius idea, really. It's annoying, but it's a genius idea. But there's now no springs, even though on the SM7B, it doesn't really pick it up as much. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not doing anything crazy here. And the movement is very smooth, especially when you're going up. It just kind of moves really well. Yeah, it just seems really good. I mean, there is a little tiny bit of swing back, I guess you could say, from the bass, but I mean, not really. I'm not going too crazy here, but let's go ahead and we'll try out the E609 and kind of see what noises we can pick up with this. All right, so we now have the E609 set up, and it has the typical thing where if I hit the desk, you can hear it. If I touch this, you can hear it. There's a tiny bit of ringing. Not as bad as with the other one with the springs that were on the outside. It could actually... that could go for like 20 seconds at sometimes, especially if you accidentally like rub up against it. But here, I mean, there's with the padding here, there's, like I said, there's a little bit of ringing. But with the padding, it's definitely a lot nicer. It's not as oddly exposed as the other one. And if I go to move, you're definitely going to hear it. It's the mic itself that's doing that rather than the stand, but it's not as bad as the other one. We'll hook up the SM7B once again, just because the E609, that was a Band-Aid, to be honest. So yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell. That'd be why I got the PSA1 Plus. I want to get back to actually trying to stream, which like that's like all to do with my age, to be honest. At this point, I don't have a lot of time because I work a lot, and I was cheap. I tried to go with the E609 and a $30 stand. So now that I have the appropriate setup, it's just a matter of finding time and, you know, getting a little more know-how on the whole OBS kind of thing. Yeah, so stay tuned for some more videos. I think I'm just gonna I'll probably do a video that just is like, you know, don't be stupid like I am. Just so, I mean, no one's gonna watch the SM7B video and no one's gonna watch the PSA1 Plus video because there's a ton of them out there. So like, if you're one of the 12 people that have watched this, you haven't watched it to the end, so I can say whatever I want to say at this point. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably do another video just showing why it's not smart to be cheap. It's just my spending priorities were in different places at the time. So thanks for watching.